Hello and welcome to Black Past, Black Present, and Black Future, where we will showcase and highlight Black excellence of yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Starting in the past of yesterday, we want to highlight Mr. Garrett Morgan. He was born in 1877 in Claysville, Bourbon County, Kentucky. It was a predominant African American community outside of Paris, Kentucky. His father was Sidney Morgan, who was a son and freed slave of Confederate General John H. Morgan of Morgan's Raiders. His mother, also a freed slave, was Elizabeth Reed, daughter of Reverend Garrett Reed. She was part Native American. He had one sibling, a brother named Frank. Garrett is known as an African American inventor, businessman, and community leader. His most famous inventions were a three-position traffic signal and a smoke hood, which is the predecessor to the gas mask. He also discovered and developed a chemical hair processing and straightening solution. He formed a successful company based on his hair product inventions, along with a complete line of hair care products. Garrett got involved in the civic and political advancement of African Americans, especially in and around Cleveland, Ohio. On the personal side, Garrett married twice. His first wife was Madge Nelson, and his second was Mary Haysick. With the latter, he had three children, John P., Garrett A. Jr., and Cosmo. In August of 1963, Garrett was nationally recognized at the Emancipation Centennial Celebration in Chicago, Illinois. In the Cleveland, Ohio area, there is a school of science and a water plant named in his honor. In Chicago and in Lexington, Kentucky, there is a school named after him as well. Last but not least, in Prince George's County, Maryland, there is a street named Garrett A. Morgan Boulevard. We salute you, Garrett. Thank you for all that you did for us in the past. Moving into the present and the future, we want to showcase Queen Annette J. Morris. Annette J. Morris, M.A., is a professional mental health counselor, certified life coach, motivational speaker, published author, entrepreneur, business consultant, and a mighty Eleanor McMain Mustang. Her favorite quote, which is the philosophy she lives by, is, "You will get all you want in life if you help enough people get what they want," by the late Zig Ziglar. Her professional career is focused solely on helping others to either accomplish their goals as an entrepreneur or in life as a whole. Although Annette has accomplished a lot in life, she had very humble beginnings. She was reared for 23 years in a local housing project by a single mother and had to overcome many obstacles on this journey called life. However, all that she's endured in her past has helped to form the Annette of the present. Annette is a first-generation college graduate and has earned a Bachelor's of Arts degree in psychology from Southern University of New Orleans, a Master's of Arts degree from Xavier University of Louisiana, an expert-level life coaching certification, and an extreme execution life coaching certification with Dr. Eric Thomas. She's also the first full-time entrepreneur of her family and owner, lead consultant of Go Getter LLC. She helps female entrepreneurs discover their God-given gift and convert the gift into a 5 to 7 figure business. Go Getter LLC also develops nonprofit organizations and for-profit businesses, offers master classes, business coaching, and consulting services, and an array of products to help entrepreneurs start and scale their entrepreneurship ventures. Annette has published 5 books: Conquering the Enemy, Live Free, Creating the Streams to Live Your Dreams, Every Day's a New Day, Daily Positive Affirmations for Positive Daily Living, Streams Reloaded, The Entrepreneur's Guide to Multiple Streams of Income, and The Six-Figure Go-Getter, a woman's guide to passive income from her passion, which was an Amazon best-selling book in 2020. She also co-authored 3 projects entitled I Want to Quit My Job, 8 Entrepreneurial Tips for Massive Results While Employed, On the Microphone, How 50 of the World's Best Professional Speakers Launched Their Careers, and You Can Too, and another Amazon bestseller of 2020, Blacks and Nonprofits, Grant Writers Edition. She also spearheaded and co-authored a project entitled Favor in Failure. Here recently, Annette opened her Go-Getter Small Business Center in New Orleans, Louisiana. Of all that she's accomplished in life, she's most excited about being a saved child of the Most High God. Queen Annette, we salute you. Thank you for operating in excellence and touching so many lives. We invite you to visit Annette's website and connect with her on social media. The information is posted below in the show notes. Continuing on into the present and onto the future, we want to highlight King DeGeneiro Davis. Also known as Coach DJ, he is a West Monroe, Louisiana native. He played the position of linebacker on the first ever West Monroe High School state championship football team, and he was a Division I collegiate walk-on turned scholarship recipient who became a starter. Coach DJ holds a Bachelor's of Arts in Management, a Master's of Arts in Teaching, and a Master's in Education and Educational Leadership from the University of Louisiana at Monroe. Currently, he serves as the Executive Director of JRTP, which stands for Just Run the Play. He's a middle school administrator, an author, and motivational speaker. He has coached football for over 15 years with a 70% win record. He possesses over 25 years of mentoring experience with a penchant for uplifting young men, and he has over 20 years of business and entrepreneurial experience. Coach DJ has published a couple of books, Just Run the Play and 100 Yards to Go, 100 Facebook posts that will encourage everybody, especially former athletes. Recently, he delivered his first ever TED Talk. On the personal side, he is married with 1 daughter and 1 son. He's also a proud member of the Omega Psi Phi fraternity. King DJ, we salute you. Thank you for operating in excellence and touching so many lives. We invite you to visit DJ's sites, support him, and connect with him on social media. And without further ado, we want to share a snippet of his first amazing TED Talk.
I had a conversation with a young man several years ago that changed my perspective and the trajectory of my life. No one would have ever believed that this young man, popular, athletic, healthy young man, was on the brink of depression. No one would have ever even believed that even though he was the first male to graduate in his family with a college degree, he was fighting the ideal of being a failure. No one, I'm like, for real, like, even none of you guys, would have ever even imagined that this guy who was really a somebody felt as if he was a nobody. Ladies and gentlemen, that somebody was me. During this time of my life, the love of my life, the woman of my dreams, my boo thing, she left me standing at the altar. And I can just tell already, just the way some of you guys are looking, y'all are just surprised, and you're asking yourself, now how could something like that happen to a dude that looked that good? I know, but it did happen. It did happen. And that occurrence pushed me to the precipice of self-doubt and depression. See, over 22 years ago, I was at a crossroad in my life. Up until that point, I had spent half of my life in this relationship that I thought was genuine. Like any other relationship, we had our ups, we had our downs, but we were in love. I mean, she was responsible for keeping me out of trouble. And she was also responsible for providing me with refuge and solace. Now, on the other hand, she did also provide me with about 2 broken bones and some subcutaneous bruises. Sometimes I felt like she was Ike and I was Tina, but I still loved her. But unfortunately, on November the 18th of 1998, she told me that I was no longer compatible for her. Now, ain't that something? She tells me that I'm no longer compatible for her. And so she walked away. Now, here it is. I spent the next 10 years trying to fill a void that was once an amorous affair. And I failed at it, and I failed, and I failed some more. Many of you know who she is. Many of you have met her at least once in your life, and you'll be very surprised. Probably didn't even know she was that trifling. Because years later, I bumped into her, and she told me that I was not the only one she had did that to. I bumped into a few other guys who also said that they were going through the same thing with the same lady. Many of you have met her. You know who she is. Her name is football.